This is Pav Bambra here for PSP Sports. I'm at the game, Ggg-Brook versus Coldwell official weighing here at the O2 Arena. With me, as you can see, I've got world champion trainer, Mr. Dave Coldwell. How are you, Dave?
Very good, thanks, mate. How are you?
I'm all good, Firstly, I'm sure pretty much everyone's going to ask you about Ggg-Brook, but obviously you are here, you are the trainer of Gavin Mcdonell. How's this camp been? Obviously, you know, Gavin's come on really well, to be fair, since he's been with you last 18 months, picked up numerous titles. How's this camp been?
It's been very good. You know, we've had a bit of training out in Alicante at the Vista boxing gym out there. Fantastic facility. So we've been out there for a couple of weeks. Come back, he's flying. He's ready. It's just a little late rounder that he's got because he's not been active. You know, not through any fault of his own. Just waiting for dates. It's like a conveyor belt at Matchroom. So he's got a couple of dates now before the end of the year. Just a couple of fights because he's WBC number 2. So it's just about being patient. While you're being patient for your world title shot, you do need to have fights and to keep timing and keep working on things that you keep putting things into practice what you've been working on. So he's good. He's very good. Got a tricky southpaw tomorrow. As tall, if not taller than Gavin. So it could be interesting. You know, kid's a young kid. He's got some ambition about him. And it was a bit of a last minute change. The guy that we had was 20-5, and I was happy with.
Sure.
But then, for some reason, the opponents got switched, and it is what it is. But, you know, we'll go in there, do a job, get it over and done with, and then enjoy the main event.
Who knows, potential world title for Gavin in 2016?
It's WBC number 2, so 2017, we will get a shot. That's why you've got to be patient, but yet clever in what fights you do take, because you don't want to blow a chance. And somebody like Gavin, he's not one of the fancied names and things like that. So you know we're realistic. If Gavin Mcdonell loses, then he ain't getting another shot. You know he's got one shot at this to get that world title shot, and he's got to make sure that he takes it.
Dave, you know what? I've got to ask you about David Price. I know I've got to say neutral here as I'm an interviewer, but I am a huge fan of David Price. Like genuinely, I'm not just saying this because you're here. I feel like people need to give him a bit more of a chance because I feel like that right hand can explode. Do you know what I mean? Like,
it's frustrating, but I understand it. I understand the fans.
Yeah.
But what I don't like is how personal people get.
Exactly.
And just, I think it's horrible. Some of the stuff that people say. It's almost like they wish that he gets blasted. They're wishing that he's one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. You know what I mean? You can be a fan of somebody else, but still be cool with that other fighter. You don't have to be trash talking about another fighter, especially when you've never stepped in a ring before, you've never done it before, you've never come close to doing it before. You know, he's accomplished a lot in his career. He's had a bad couple of years, things went wrong. We're putting that right.
Exactly, but then obviously, people think he's had a bad couple of years. If you think about it, he lost to Terry Thompson, Southpaw world title challenger.
But according to the experts on Twitter, he lost to 2 lumps.
Exactly,
and that's what makes me laugh. Is people don't understand.
Thank you very much.
This is heavyweight boxing. Heavyweight boxing, you get hit on the chin, you're gonna know about it. I don't care who it is, you're gonna know about it. You know, it's just life. And,
couldn't agree more, mate.
The thing is, Price is different to what it was then. It's different mentally, it's different ability-wise, and it's also different physical. Physical aspect of things is different. You know, he's a lot bigger unit. He's a lot stronger. Yeah. He's taking punches better because he's bigger. You know, he's kind of like grown into his size. If that doesn't sound super
grown
crazy.
6'8". Yeah.
You know, he's 6'9", but instead of being 17 stone, he's grown into a 20-stone man, and he looks so much better for it, and he's performing better for it.
Very true, actually. Interesting enough, yesterday I was watching CHISORA on Box Nation, and basically David Price was one of the pundits in the studio, and this is going back 4 years now. I looked at David Price, I thought, you know what, this guy has packed on some serious muscle, but he's a much bigger guy. And also, as you say, it is very unfair. And also, let's not forget, Erkan Tepe, when he lost to him, he got done for drugs.
Tepe was just it swallowed a chemist.
Yeah.
You know, it basically swallowed a chemist. It's just wrong that he's even boxing again. But it is what it is. We're done with that. We're done with all the crap that come with that, and we've moved on. And you have to deal. You know, you have to work with what you got, and that's what happened to him. Now we're coming out the other side.
Sounds great, and also make sure you give Dave my best wishes because I'm a big fan, and you know I really do hope he does well. I think he deserves it. Dave, moving on now to Tony Bellew. He's got his huge fight against BJ Flores. There's been a lot of back and forth. He verbals from both sides.
Flores has been chasing him for about 2 years.
Yeah.
He's been chasing him for about 2 years, slagging off Tony for the last 2 years. He turned up at Tony's Creed premiere.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he came all the way over for that to piggyback on David A.
Yeah.
And he's got what he wanted. He's got his shot. And October 15, Tony will tell him what he thinks about it in West.
Press conference on Tuesday, as we believe. Obviously, I'm not going to tell him where it is, but yeah, press conference on Tuesday. How is Tony approaching this fight? Because when he's fought guys like Cleverly and guys he hasn't like before, it is apparent, obviously, in the build-up, you can tell. As a training perspective, you know, and sort of as a mentor as well, you tell him, no, Tony, you've got your world title to defend, keep the emotions in and go for it.
Sometimes you need a little release, then you come back, release, come back. He can do what he wants as long as it doesn't affect what I do with him in the gym and what I need him to do on fight night. It is what it is. Tony's very much. I'm pretty much like I can have a blazing round with you right now, turn around and I'm fine.
Yeah.
Don't eat at me.
Similar to what happened at the old presser a few months ago, remember?
Yeah. That's it. And you just switch off and you're fine. It doesn't affect you.
Yeah.
Tony's like that. Tony can go at it. 0 to 100 in 0.1 of a second.
Yeah.
And straight away it's done with. He's cool. It's fine. That's how he's making this. Just because it would affect you and it make you et up and wind up doesn't mean that he's affected now and that's it. He's lost the plot. He's not thinking straight for fight night. Tony thinking straight for fight night.
Take me back, Dave, a few months now. You know, 29th of May at Goodison. What a special night it must be for Tony and you guys.
It was the best night of my career. Best night of Tony's career. Best night of my career. You know, I've been in boxing for 25 years, and throughout obviously my career as a fighter, as a trainer, manager, promoter, whatever you want to call me, that's the best night of my career. What a night! I'll never forget that. And every time I see it, I can't help but smile about it. It's just, it is what it is.
It's great. I've got to ask you, Dave, how is Tom Doran doing?
Sorry?
Tom Doran, how is he? How's he doing?
He's all right. Yeah, he obviously was gutted, but he's back in the gym and working, and when he's ready, then he'll fight again.
Finally, Dave, I know everyone's going now. Your prediction on Golovkin-Brook?
I don't know. I kind of see it as a Ben McClellan thing. I think everyone expects Kell to get smashed. Don't get wrong. I think Golovkin wins. Kell's got that chance. The way that Golovkin's looking, it's not well. There's something not right with him. I give Kell more of a chance now than I did a couple of days ago. So it's like a Ben McClellan. Triple G's a massive favourite, but Kell's got that live chance, and I think he might pull it off. I don't know. If I had to put money on it, I'd still say Golovkin, but I now think Kell's got a bigger chance than what he had just.
Sounds great, Dave. Absolute legend. Thanks for your time once again, and hopefully we can see Bellew get that victory and many more to come.
Nice one, thanks mate.
Nice one, appreciate it.